Yo, I'm so excited for another handful of weeks of Sliced, y'all. Half of the regular season through. We got another half to go. And then we got 4 weeks of playoffs. You know? So we'll be talking about standings and stuff tonight as we get going. But for now, I believe it's intro time. So me and
Let's
Meg
do it.
will hang out for a bit while you all get to hang out spamming your emotes. So I'll see you in a bit, chat.
This is how I feel on the inside. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. The future kinda sucks, I don't feel right. I just wanna kiss you in the moonlight. This is how I feel on the inside. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. The future kinda sucks, I don't feel right. I just wanna. This is how I feel on the inside. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. The future kinda sucks, I don't feel right. I just wanna kiss you in the moonlight. This is how I feel on the inside. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. The future kinda sucks, I don't feel right. I just wanna kiss you in the moonlight. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, this is how I feel. This is how I feel on the inside. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. The future kinda sucks, I don't feel right. I just wanna kiss you in the moonlight. This is how I feel on the inside. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. The future kinda sucks, I don't feel right. I just wanna kiss you in the moonlight. I miss when we were kids and we would ride a bike. I just wanna kiss you in the
Welcome back, Meg.
Hey, welcome back, Nick.
And welcome back, everyone, to yet another week, week 5 of Sliced. So, claps in chat for y'all. Claps in chat for everyone here, week 5. A few changes, some old faces, and a bunch of interesting drama ahead of us tonight. I Really excited for this week and really excited for the next handful of weeks ahead of us, right, Meg?
Yeah, definitely.
So let's take a look at our contestants tonight and just get into it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Craig Mann, T-Hoy Venture School, St. Paul's Academy, Hamilton, New Zealand.
Josh Bolkamp-Hart, data scientist, Boston Bruins.
I'm Michael Malarkey. I'm the Director of Data Science at the Lab for Scalable Mental Health.
I'm Canzhi. I hope by the time that you're watching this, Joe Ingles has won Sixth Man of the Year.
All right. And yeah, was that, that was
I just hit enter on the message for the data drop for our contestants. So,
oh, that's right.
yep.
So again, a few new faces, or sorry, a few old faces, but hopefully y'all have seen all of them. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, feel free to go back and check out those VODs. Right now we're on Canzhi's screen. Sorry, wrong. What is going on here? Oh, here we go. That's what. Right now we're on Craig's screen.
Gotcha. I'm very. Okay, so this is Craig's screen.
Yes, we
Here.
are on
Okay.
Craig's screen.
Right on. Okay, great.
And what do we know about a little about Craig, Meg?
Sure. So Craig, if you didn't check out last episode where Craig was one of the contestants, he's returning just a week later to compete in the first episode of Lap 2. So Craig likes to play video games. If we'll see if he brings some video games to play in the episode tonight. But otherwise, he says we can maybe expect some doom scrolling. He says that before COVID, he used to ride his bike to work every day. He's never owned any cryptocurrency. We'll see maybe that something that could change throughout the course of SLICED. He once worked on a dairy farm in New Zealand, and he graduated from his master's program with a 4.0 in May 2020. He gave his capstone defense from the hospital the day his youngest son was born. So that is what Craig would like us to know about him.
And Craig right now in VS Code. We saw him in VS Code last.
He says that playing video games briefly did not work, so...
Craig will be in VS Code. We saw him last week, so really, unlike the other contestants, he does have less training time, so less reps under the belt. So really give him a lot of love tonight, chat. Playing with the least amount of prep time out of all the contestants. Not just tonight, but literally the entire contest. So let's go over to Canzhi. And what do we know about Canzhi?
Yeah, so Canzhi also likes to ride a bike, and he also likes to run sometimes. He says that he's a mediocre chess player, which he mostly uses to distract himself from work. Hopefully he stays focused during tonight's episode, though. 2 hours of live coding. He's a big Michigan sports fan. He grew up in Ann Arbor. He follows the NBA, and outside of data science, he likes to bet on sports. But he uses data science to do so. He builds models to bet on sports, so he supposes that is actually data science. That's a little bit about Canzhi.
And Canzhi does talk a lot about how sports analytics and using sports as a medium to learn data science and how to move around in the data space is not just informative and useful, but really a great place for people who are just starting to get their feet wet. So Canzhi, definitely a part of sports analytics and sports analytics Twitter. Let's go over to a person who's very much into sports analytics, Josh Bolkamp-Hart here. And what do we know about Josh?
Sure. So to tell you a little bit about Josh, he's into marathon running, dance music production. He used to be a professional DJ in Canada, specifically. He's into craft beer. I guess that's something he and Nick bond over whenever they get together. He owns about 100 board games, which he admits he probably shouldn't admit to, although I think that's pretty cool. He is from the Maritimes of Canada, where it's beautiful and not actually cold. He once won a regional hot wings eating contest before destroying his stomach lining. So only data science contests for Josh these days. And he's been suspended in every hockey league he's played in since college. Fortunately, excluding his current one.
That's right. Josh right now, statistician, data scientist for the Boston Bruins, and he would like to mention that it is, from the week, I think it was week 2, up to this week, it's still June, meaning it is still National Indigenous History Month in Canada. And he would like you to support going to hopeandhealth.org if you are interested in supporting and promoting some more awareness of the Indigenous History Month in Canada. Feel free to go check it out. I did support, I threw in some donation last time you did it. I'll do it again at the end of tonight too. So feel free to go on and support some of our contestants' activism or things that they want to promote. So anyway, last but not least, let's go over to Michael Malarkey. And Michael, let's hear from Michael with an updated version of his bio.
So I'm Michael Malarkey, and I got a PhD in clinical psychology from UT Austin. And I actually, literally, as of today, I am the director of data science at the Lab for Scalable Mental Health at Stony Brook University. Learned R from stuff people posted on the internet. Really benefited a lot from the R community, and I try to do the same. I'm trying to do the same with my stream, trying to do the same with some blog posts I'm writing. Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty competitive person. I think it's probably, there's a reason why, even though I have less experience, I was willing to put myself out there. The competition does excite me. I think it's a really cool opportunity. People should root for me because they can probably see themselves in me at least a little bit. There are a lot of folks, I'm sure, who are on the channel who are trying to figure things out on their own. A lot of people could be me. I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous, but I think I can still do some stuff. It's gonna be fun.
And what else do we know about Michael Malarkey, Meg?
So just to tell you a little bit more about Michael, he has a PhD in clinical psychology from UT Austin and a BA and master's in psychology from American University. He says, he acknowledges, yep, that sounds like a made up place, but going to school in DC was awesome, he says. His cat Boo provides excellent code review. I don't think we saw Boo last episode. Maybe his cat Boo will feature in today's episode. He's taken about 40,000 miles worth of road trips, lots of national and state parks featuring in many of those miles. I think he's, been racking up more miles even during Sliced. I think he was on the road during last episode, and he's back home today for today's episode. His hobbies outside of data science are playing guitar, reading, and going for walks with his fiance, who also loves coding.
Yeah, and he definitely was on a road trip before. I think he was doing Slice out of a hotel room last time we competed. So I believe he's back home now. I checked to see if he's streaming. It looks like he's not streaming this, but if he does, and if any of y'all are following Michael, let us know in chat. But yeah, more than excited to see all of our contestants here. Michael, by the way, last lap. Out of the 4 contestants, he was the only one who won chat points. We'll see if that's going to stay the same tonight or if there'll be a new chat point winner at the end of tonight. We do, talking about points, have updated our point system. And let me walk y'all through a little of the point changes tonight as our contestants right now are reading through documentation and whatnot. Let me just bring up a few points here. If this thing loads for me, which, maybe not. There we go. So from last lap to this lap, we've updated our point system. Right now, instead of modeling being all or nothing, we've scaled it down. So the top modeler does get 30 points, down from 35. We're also awarding second and third place for modeling. So second place will get 10, third place will get 5. And then chat points themselves, we have also nerfed those. We're going down from 20 points to 15 points. That is also still all or nothing. No changes in the golden features. In terms of buffs, me and Meg now both have 20 points apiece, totaling up to 40 points for totaling up for 40 points for data viz. So when we ran through all the different simulations, this actually doesn't change the standings so much, but it does give a little more breathing room to folks who aren't necessarily all in on the modeling or not winning the chat points, right, Meg?
That's right. And also, critically, it will be easier for me to add my points to 20 across 4 contestants than it was 15.
That's all right.
Also optimizing for that.
Yeah, so me and Meg also in somewhat of a learning curve between our new points that we get to award. So we'll see how me and Meg get to use our newfound additional 5 points each. Let's go over to Canzhi here. Oh god, I keep clicking that. That is not what I want to do. And Canzhi's still reading over some doc. Remember, 4 minutes left before we see anyone start taking stabs at the data set. Right now we're looking at a lot of people just writing up notes.
I like Craig kind of like listing out some ideas for golden features that he's going to be looking for. I love that intentionality.
Yeah, that's when we originally designed golden features, like I think it was supposed to be a little more like, you'll stumble through and perhaps get them, but now that people are like finding strategies for them, like figuring us out in a way.
Yeah.
This is a nice change of pace. And remember, because we're talking playoffs, because we're talking the final lap, this is lap 2, we should probably mention what's at stake here. So let me also bring that up here. Right now, given the point standings, and Meg, can you remind chat what the point standings is right now between all these 4 contestants?
Yeah, absolutely. So Craig, who we're looking at here, is coming into today's episode with 2 points, followed by Josh, who is bringing with him 17 points. And then Michael, who is coming with 41 points. And then finally Canzhi, who I believe is at the top of our sliced leaderboard overall now, is coming in with 52 points.
That's right, and you could actually check that out on our Slice website. You could always bring that up with exclamation sliced. Get our website and also where to find your contestants tonight. But yes, those points carry over. Lap 2 points also add to their lap 1 points. So given those points, the way that the playoffs work, the top 4 point getters will go into the playoffs, and then another 4 contestants will get voted in. 2 of them will be voted on by the top 4 players, and another 2 will be voted in by chat. And we'll talk about that more when we get closer to the voting dates. But just remember, it is, even though your contestant might not be in the top 4, you have the power to vote in perhaps someone you want to see in the playoffs. With that said, we ran some stats on who might be going into the playoffs and what they would need to get there. So given these point distributions, this would be the minimum amount of points needed to be in the conversation, to be in the top 4 conversation. And Canzhi, of course, since he's at the top of the leaderboard, he needs the least amount of points. We're looking at 17 points there. Michael Malarkey, we're only looking, Michael might only need 27 points to be in the conversation of top 4. Josh will need about 50 points, and Craig will need a little more than 64 points in order to get there. And so, Meg, in what ways could they possibly win or lose given this point structure.
Yeah, so given this point structure, I think this is really gonna, hopefully inform our contestants' strategy quite a bit. So when we look at Craig and Josh, who are at 2 and 17 points respectively, they need to be looking at winning the modeling and getting as many modeling points just as possible. Number one, to advance into the playoffs, or they can really, look for, a lot of love from chat and kind of like bank on getting voted into the playoffs. But really, their best bet is going to be winning the modeling tonight. So they really, really need to do well. Craig specifically needs to win both chat and modeling today to have a chance. So we did see him kind of like laying out his plan for chat, winning the hearts and minds of chat. Hopefully he is, also aiming to have a real shot at winning modeling, because that's what he needs to do to advance to the playoffs. Canzhi, at the top of our leaderboard, he can perhaps more or less coast through this episode. Hopefully, he doesn't do that. But to get into the playoffs, he needs just 17 points to advance. So he doesn't necessarily need to do the modeling. He could do okay. He could pick up a golden feature and be pretty comfortable. Michael also can be pretty flexible. He's sitting, pretty well going into tonight's episode with respect to his playoff odds. Officially, he needs to get 27 points, but there's a lot of different ways that he could pick that up. And, having done well in the last episode, it could come from modeling, could come from chat, could from data viz. I think he's also in a pretty good position today. So we'll see what Craig and Josh can eke out, especially Craig. We'll see sort of how Canzhi decides to, prioritize his time, given that he can kind of take it pretty easy this episode if he chooses. And then Michael, I think, could be pretty creative on how he decides to pick up the 27 points that he needs.
That's right. And right now we're at Josh Polkamp Hart's screen, and it looks like he's loading in the data. He is already diving in to latitude and longitude information. So perhaps that's what we're going to be seeing from Josh. Maybe some geo-plotting, some map plots again, Meg, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think it was the episode last week that I made the joke about, wouldn't it be funny if we made one of the golden features mapping again? Because, we saw, this is, I think, our third data set where there's, there is geographical data that our contestants are working with. And
we do see GG map loaded in, and from Josh's interview, if you remember his interview video not long ago, his set seed is 1. Number 1 stun up big timers. Wow. Shout out to some old school hip hop. Is that old school? It's like mid 2000s.
Are you asking me? Don't be asking me.
Let's go over to Craig Man, and Craig in chat. He definitely will need all the points he can get. He'll need modeling, he'll need chat points, he'll need data viz points. He needs the whole shebang. He literally needs to make more points tonight than anyone has in this contest ever in order to advance into the top 4. Not saying that that's his only way in, but he'll if he wants to control his own future, that'll definitely be his path tonight, as we see him checking out some data, D types, checking for null data, and already diving into some functions here. Let's go over to Canzhi, and Canzhi looks like he's in collab again. I know before he was dabbling with perhaps doing stuff in VS Code, but it looks like collab is the environment he's sticking with. He's loading in cat boost, he's loading in opt GBM, which I looked at a little more after his week 1 contest, and opt GBM is actually pretty incredible. It's like not too dissimilar from what what Landon was using when he was doing his Bayesian grid search stuff. So OptGBM using light GBM on the as the GBM package, but has some sort of Bayes grid searching stuff over the top of it. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think one of the interesting things has been like our contestants sort of learning from each other episode to episode. I'm curious like how much we'll see of that kind of now that we're in the second lap of Sliced.
Yeah, I'm very excited to know what sort of becomes meta and what sort of is their own secret sauce. Here's a shout out from Michael Malarkey to Jesse. Thanks for the TV themes package. So a little shout out to another data science Twitch streamer from one to another, Michael to Jesse, who's in chat.
Oh, is this related to the SpongeBob theme that Jesse pulled out last episode?
Yeah, I believe so, and I think Jesse might have used it just on her streams, on some of her live coding streams in general.
Nice.
Let's go over to Josh again. People were mentioning that Josh was just straight up maybe hard. Okay, he has now changed his comment on his set seed from Big Timers to Nelly.
All right, I recognize Nelly. I don't know Big Timers, but I remember Nelly from like junior high dances and stuff. Yeah,
That was the same era for Big Timers. Yeah.
Okay, I probably yeah.
You would probably know
I was
the
a
song.
dork. Yeah. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Before we like do another round, I do want to kick off our usual prediction. I think we've done the last couple of episodes for chat to let us know what you think. Will one of our contestants submit to the Kaggle leaderboard before 9:30 Eastern? So in the next 24 minutes. What do we think, Nick? Should we kick that off?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So use your chat points to predict.
Ghetto Bob not only has won a bunch of these, but he's redeemed a cooking stream already. So Thursday, I still need to figure out what I'm going to be cooking. But
I'm very, very excited for you, Nick, and for your cooking stream.
yeah, I'm unsure what I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm sure it's going to be very underwhelming.
Like how, like the results of like the actual food or the stream itself, or
the food's gonna be great. I'm gonna I'm gonna be eating whatever I want to eat, but I don't know how aesthetically pleasing it might be to watch me cook. So
aesthetically pleasing.
That's right. So will contestants submit to the leaderboard? Remember, you can always get access to the data. That's exclamation data if you are interested in competing along with us. If you are interested in competing with us. And we already see a contestant on the leaderboard. Or not a contestant, sorry, someone from chat on the leaderboard already. So
yeah,
Max Bolger.
Welcome.
Welcome to the leaderboard.
As of 6 minutes ago.
That's right. That is correct. So Max on the leaderboard, beating the sample submission, which is always just the mean.
Yeah, I was like, did I use the mean or the median this time? I actually can't remember. I think it's the mean. Should we talk a little bit about the data set and the challenge today?
Yeah,
and what our contestants are predicting?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just as a quick reminder, if this is your first episode of Sliced, you too can experience what our contestants are experiencing right now and follow along. If you do exclamation point data, you can check out the data set, the challenge, download it, make a submission, and see where you fall among other contestants on the leaderboard. But today's challenge is it's a data set of New York City Airbnb listing prices. And our contestants will be using metadata information about those listings. So what neighborhood they're located in. As we saw, our contestants are already working with lat long data, for instance, the type of room, whether it's like a entire home, apartment, private room, yada, yada, all of that. So a little bit of review data. They have the option to dig into some text data if they so choose, do some, light NLP. We'll see if that comes into play here. All of that they'll be doing to predict price in the test set. So that is the data set and our contestants challenge tonight.
We already see some data viz coming out of Michael Malarkey. Just a histogram. But also, Meg, what are our golden features tonight?
Yeah, let me tell you about our golden features. So, spoiler, we'll get this out of the way up front. There's no geo plotting, no mapping related golden feature this episode. So, sorry, Craig. And those that have gotten an early start on the map meta. But we've got 2 golden features that any of our contestants can discover in the course of the 2 hours of live coding that are worth 5 points and 10 points respectively, totaling 15 possible points. So our first golden feature, worth 5 points, is to make a categorical plot of average, well, we'll say average or median neighborhood prices. So this could be any kind of like categorical plot. I guess technically it could be a geographical plot, Nick, I would say. But this could be most expensive, least expensive, could be a sample of neighborhoods. Looking, if this is do like an XY plot, one axis is neighborhood and the other axis is average price, for example. So that's the 5-point golden feature that we're looking for. Chat, help us look out for it. The 10-point golden feature is to extract the number of bedrooms and or bathrooms from the name column. So that information's in the name column. That is the light amount of NLP kind of style stuff that our contestants could be doing. We never want to do sort of like a full-blown text data set, but there is a little bit of text that our contestants could be working with. And that is the 10-point golden feature. Extract number of bedrooms and or bathrooms from the name column. Oh yeah, welcome to the leaderboard, Ethan Douglas. Sliced contestant number 1 on the public leaderboard, which remember, if you're new to Sliced, number 1 lesson to learn about Sliced, especially if you're going to compete alongside, is that the public leaderboard is just 1% of the test data. So it's only evaluated on 1% of the test data. The real scores, the real leaderboard ranking comes after the shakeup when we look at how things are evaluated on the remaining 99% of the data. So.
So one thing to note about Craig, who is also using somewhat of a weird theme in VS Code here. You can see there's a sort of like cursive looking stuff. Tony used
some
something.
Tony vibes. Yeah. Did we say that Tony was had serial killer vibes or something?
That's right. His fairy floss plot, his fairy floss theme. So also something a little fanciful from Craig here. Craig was just looking through some loss functions through Cat Boost. And remember, unlike other contests, in the past 4 weeks, the loss function, or the function that we're scoring modeling on this week, is root mean squared log. Is it log error?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Natural log, yeah.
Yeah, we're taking the natural log. That's correct. So it is not typically a loss function that exists in some of these out-of-the-box packages. So if you have the knowledge of how to create your own loss function and throw that into your modeling, that's going to give you the biggest advantage here. But if you don't know how to do that, then you're just going to have to cross your fingers and hope that RMSE is going to get you closer to there than perhaps your competitors tonight. So custom loss function will take not a golden feature, but something to be on the lookout for. See if anyone will be using one. Here's Josh's screen. Josh is still manipulating some data. Looks like he's just trying to get the data in the right path. Now, a lot of people... wait, it looks like he's looking at the name column here, Meg.
Yeah, I was really interested to see if any of our contestants would do this. So looks like he's joining on probably like some kind of like yeah, he's got library gender. I think this is like a U.S. baby names like census kind of data set that gives you the probability of whether a name is male or female. And looks they do have like the host name, so he's probably taking a look at whether that gives any kind of predictive power.
This is
So inferred gender.
This is some pretty interesting NLP type work, even though gender inference is probably on the smaller end or the shallower end of NLP. It's still NLP, right, Meg?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and we're also taking a look at, we'll see if he does dive into that name column and extract out bedrooms and bathrooms, since if you have never used Airbnb before, you open up the app and all the titles of all of the listings are things like luxurious 2-bedroom right across from Central Park, or cozy private 1-bedroom, your own bathroom, something like that. Those are all the names that are in the name column. So we'll see if they could actually extract as much information out of that as possible. But if they don't, I still had a fairly decent score when it came down to the QA check. But if my very decent...
Gonna tell us? You gonna tell us yourself?
No, I'm not. I want to remove myself as far away. I did this before on the pilot season. It did not go well.
If we switch things up, Nick, if you start doing the data prep and I start doing QA, like I'm gonna have to like train some models, like some just like benchmark stuff. See how that goes. I'll dust off my R skills.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be fun. Ooh, we can welcome a bunch more people to the leaderboard. So including Jesse Mostapak, Sliced contestant. Sorry, Ethan, you're no longer number one. Jesse is number one on the public leaderboard. And then also welcoming Echo Zulu Echo, Jamie Vendano, and Onat.
Onat.
So, that's Tan. That would be Tan. Welcome, Tan.
Okay. Welcome, y'all. And just for the folks who are in chat and also the folks competing, we do have prizes for all of y'all. And before we get to those prizes, let's just talk about the people who are giving some support to the stream. So really big special thanks to people who are supporting the stream. Big special thanks to our studio. Thank you, our studio, for your support this season. Streamlit as well. Thank you, Streamlit. I appreciate the support, all the support for Slice this season. And thank you for the support from NVIDIA. Thank you, NVIDIA, for the support this season, y'all. Claps and hearts in chat for our special thanks group there. So speaking of giveaways, what are some of the prizes we may be looking at for contestants tonight?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways to kind of get involved in Slice, and one of the potential benefits are a couple of prizes that we're really excited about. So the first is, of course, participating alongside our contestants on the Kaggle leaderboard. So !data will get you the data and just accept the rules, dive right in alongside them. If you are number one on the leaderboard, you will win your choice of Kaggle swag, as well as an NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute code giveaway. So this is a certificate that you can redeem for Deep Learning Institute. So that's the first way to get involved. The second way to get involved is dead easy, super easy. All you have to do is just hang out and chat. Just chat. Tell us what you're vibing with. Tell us, give us your reacts, give us your emojis. And what we'll do is we will give a code for an NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute tutorial course to a random person in chat. So we'll do that towards the end of the night, I believe. And meanwhile, all you have to do is just hang out with us and chat. Easy.
Very easy. So stick around, y'all. Enjoy each other's company. How's everyone doing in chat? Everyone good? Everyone doing all right? Vote yays in chat if you're doing okay. A little less, or just about 10 minutes ago, to see if one of our contestants ended up submitting anything to the leaderboard, to the submissions. Take a look, and we'll see what happens. Right now we're looking at Josh's screen. He's grouped out neighborhoods. If you missed it earlier, his legend for neighborhoods was so large that it took up his entire graph. So he's parsed that down now. This is specific to New York, right, Meg?
Yes, this is New York City.
Yeah, so many neighborhoods in New York City, not just boroughs, but neighborhoods within the boroughs. We're looking at Michael Malarkey's screen here. He is definitely messing around with different color palettes. Right now we saw this fire color palette literally singes the eyes. So
It does.
I'm going to stay there too long. And Canzhi is actually at the point where Craig was not very long ago with Cat Boost. He is trying to figure out what loss function to use, and right now he is looking at user-defined loss functions. So he is actually going to see if he could create on the fly RMSLE for his model here. So his loss function. If you could do that, that would be pretty incredible to see on the fly. Again, it's one of those things that you typically don't have to dive into too often, but if you know how to do it, it could definitely help you out in contests that use custom loss functions.
Water Tribe, pretty... Oh, this is the Avatar. So this is the TV themes playing here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was using... There was Fire Nation before, so Water Tribe, I'm guessing, is the opposite of Fire Nation.
Yeah. What does opposite mean, though, in that context? I don't know.
It's Avatar. Things can...
Yeah.
All sorts of things can be, whatever you want. Here's Craig's screen. Craig, again, he mentioned last week, not just in chat, not over the course of the past week, but also on Discord and also to me personally, that he needed just a little more time and he would have had a better model. And by better model, he said it was a winning model. He would have beat D-Rob in modeling. Yeah.
Damn.
He just needed
That's pretty exciting, because that's what we need to see, like, literally today, 7 days later. So.
That's right. So we'll see if he can figure out his time management to get to that point. He has been grinding it out. Again, he has the least amount of prep time. All of the contestants have had several weeks of prep time. He has literally had less than a week before his lap 2 right now. So very excited to see what we'll see out of Craig Mann. Speaking of what we're going to see out of our contestants, let's go over to Josh, and let's just hear from Josh and get familiar with him yet again. If you all don't remember Josh's bio from before, let's look at it and let's listen to some of the new things he might have to say.
Hi, everyone. My name's Josh. I am from Canada. I went to Queen's University. I have a PhD, master's, and bachelor's degree there. I currently work as a data scientist at the Boston Bruins. And outside of hockey stats, I love to run and lots of other wonderfully wholesome Canadian things. It wasn't really a great night. I guess I would have hoped things turned out better, but with all competitions, there is some randomness to it. I didn't find the things I needed to find, and I can't control the opinions of others, and if my sad Canadian boomer humor is not up to your standards, I really apologize. I got the world's hottest peppers, which I think was the Carolina Reapers at the time, from the guy who makes them. I got them shipped to me. I ate a whole one night. It was about 16 hours of pure unadulterated pain. So I now have to take medicine for my stomach because I've had too much hot food. Live your life to the fullest, but maybe not that full. I'm really excited for the opportunity to be able to code in front of people and for people, if that can be an inspiration or an education. I think that's a big motivator for me, and one of the reasons my code's probably going to look cleaner than it ever has.
And what else do we have on Josh, Meg?
Yeah. I love a little bit more elaboration on the story behind his tragic stomach lining incident. So very sad. I love spicy food. But yeah, to tell you a little bit more about Josh, remind you a little bit more about Josh. He's into marathon running, wholesome Canadian activities, like he said, but to be more specific, apparently that includes dance music production, or it used to, because he's an ex-professional DJ. He's into craft beer, specifically with Nick Wan. It's something, that they bond over. He's into board games. He owns about 100 board games, so super into board games. I don't know how many there are total. Never looked at that in our board game data set from a couple of weeks ago. He's from the Maritimes of Canada, where it's beautiful and not actually cold. And let's see. Yeah, like he said in his intro video, he's here to have fun and learn and hope that, we all do too.
So, if you are a regular and you are old enough in my stream to remember, Josh was on the stream not long ago, maybe a little over a year ago now, when we were doing the Settlers of Catan tournament, and I was casting it. He made it all the way into, I believe, the semifinals, and he helped co-cast with me the finals. So he is definitely not a newcomer to this stream or to this chat. So if you do remember Josh from the Settlers of Catan tournament, it's the same Josh from before. Excited to see him on another competition on this channel.
Did I see that he's got like a custom sliced theme? I'm just checking out his tabs and his RStudio here. He's got secret beauty tips. .r. Super curious. I hope he'll click into that. We'll find out. And then he's got apparently a custom sliced theme he's sourcing.
Julia Silgi in chat with a gist to RMSLE. Definitely helpful for those in chat who are trying to use a custom loss function. Speaking of folks,
Julia, you just created that 2 minutes ago. Is that I'm seeing that correctly?
Dude, this is how you know there's just levels. There's just levels. There are the folks who are very familiar with the custom loss functions, and there are folks who are just using it out of the box and shrugging when custom loss functions are a part of the game. So definitely schooling us tonight here. For those who don't know custom loss functions, not a lot of packages come with RMSLE. That is the loss function that they're being graded on tonight.
The pretty bread and butter one for Kaggle competitions. So, yeah, I wish I didn't realize that it wasn't part of it, that it was such a custom metric.
It's I think it's less that it's custom. I think it is on that borderline of it's so easy to calculate, so you could just create
right. Yep, makes
create
sense.
it on the fly. But yeah, because it's also relatively easy to calculate, I don't think a lot of packages include it because they already have RMSE, and they also have probably all these other loss functions that are probably a little more difficult to calculate.
And they don't account exactly for the scenario where the users of those packages are competing in a 2-hour live coding data science game show.
Yeah. Which is back-ended by Kaggle in class.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. Why
slightly unusual.
Why didn't Cat Boost prepare for this?
Hey, if Slice becomes a big influencer, maybe we will start to see sort of feedback loops like that in the I think what do we see? We saw a PR on some tidyverse library. I remember from episode 1. Is that right?
That's-
We influenced some PR. Yeah.
That is true. We actually did. I believe. What package was that? It was I think it was Tidy Models or something. But like someone put in a PR, and then like someone, I think Emil in chat.
Yeah.
He I think he like streamed himself like patching that.
Yeah, that's a pretty magical moment. So it's pretty cool. Love to see that kind of stuff. Landon, welcome to the leaderboard. We have just one more minute for our prediction to see whether any of our contestants, tonight's contestants specifically, will be on the leaderboard. And so far we don't have anybody, but got 1 minute.
We are on Michael Malarkey's screen, and I do see a lot of messages right now for Dr. Michael Malarkey himself. Michael definitely taking big swings at DataViz right now. And remember,
It is, yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Meg, his last go-around, he actually didn't do so hot in the DataViz category.
That's probably right.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up right now, and yeah. So last time, you and I both gave him 3 points for DataViz. So definitely didn't do so hot in the DataViz category. The thing that makes him quite rare is Michael is the only contestant so far out of the 16. He's the only contestant who has found both golden features in a single night. So
Yeah.
that definitely has a lot of weight to him in terms of where he is on the leaderboard without having to win modeling or have a lot of points for DataViz. But clearly tonight, his emphasis is on DataViz, so we'll see if that continues.
Yeah, and he has, like, going into, looking at his playoff odds, he has a lot of options how he can acquire points. So, and we were wondering, how might he kind of invest his time in tonight's episode. So, it looks like it's DataViz, which could also touch on golden features. So, I had just seen on Canzhi's screen that he was on we just missed it, but he was hanging out on ESPN.com. Sliced is not on ESPN.com yet. Right?
No, but it looks like he's trying to follow the Bucks game.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Which his comment says,
okay, all right.
WTF Bucks. I am not watching the Bucks game. I will say, just for folks who are maybe double dipping or maybe having to choose between one or another, keep the spoilers to yourself. We don't want any spoilies in chat, okay? No spoilies.
Ooh, the prediction. So we don't have... Oh, wait, we do have Canzhi.
Hold on.
Canzhi is leaderboard. Oh my gosh.
What time?
Okay.
You gotta check the time.
Unbelievable. So Canzhi is on the leaderboard, and he made his submission at 6:30 and 18 seconds. And so that's a no. He did not make a submission
you're right.
or 9:30. I'm sorry, 6. Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, it's 21:30:19. So he did not make it in time.
He did not make it in time. Yeah, we said before, so moments after does not count as before. So therefore, the outcome would be no, unless I'm missing something. I'm not missing a contestant. Double checking here. Only 7% of chat thought a contestant would not submit before 9:30. So kudos to our chat that voted no. A lot of people voted yes. So sorry.
Oh my goodness. Chat actually molding. Let's go over to Michael Malarkey's screen. It looks like he's plotting a correlation heat map with some sort of cladogram looking.
What's a cladogram? Oh, clad. Yeah, clad. Yes. Yeah.
So clearly this is for hierarchical modeling of some sort, trying to figure out different levels of his features without having to go through some sort of feature importance or decision tree splits. When you're doing hierarchical modeling of some sort, you get sort of these different hierarchical charts or cladistic looking charts. Lots of doc from the doc. We'll come back to Michael Malarkey in a bit. Let's go over to Josh Polkamp Hart. Josh definitely creating his recipe here with all sorts of different filters, and it looks like he is going to try to TF-IDF the name column.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So he will be trying to extract as many features from that name column as possible.
Maybe we can do a text data set after all.
Oh my goodness. Well, definitely features of text. Definitely features of text.
Yeah. We don't want to,
I'm so scared of, like, you know, like the two things I'm most scared of on Slice is one, like NLP, and two, anything that would require like neural net, because
no computer vision, no image data sets. Although that would make my life easier. I could just go out and like take a bunch of photos and say classify them, but whatever.
Who would tag them though? Who would tag them?
Easy. I just take all of one class photos first.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's how we'd. Yeah. By the way, thanks for all the bits, y'all. I appreciate it. Sri, Adam. Thank you for all the bits. And all the follows, y'all. The follows are really important. If you're new to Slice, if you're new to Twitch, an account is free. You could actually even link your Twitch account with your Amazon account. That gives you access, if you have Amazon Prime, that gives you access to a Twitch Prime subscription, which you can use on this channel or any channel. And it gets you access to emotes, subscription badges, but perhaps most importantly, no ads on that stream that you subscribe to. So you find yourself encountering ads while you're watching, you can avoid those by subscribing.
It would be so bad if I was seeing ads while watching the stream as I'm co-hosting right now. Just imagining how awkward that would be.
That's
Oh no, I was just kind of laughing. So yeah, for chat, like I'm usually kind of like browsing through what our contestants are doing, as Nick is kind of speaking. I was laughing because Craig had up a Jupyter notebook, just like a vanilla Jupyter notebook that was titled "Data effing visualizations, Meg," in all caps. So maybe we will get to see some data visualizations, but I hope he shows that notebook again. But looks like we're back in VS Code now.
So Craig does have, a heading here that says Rule of 74. Now, y'all might be wondering what 74 means, and especially when
here we go.
It literally was data effing visualizations, Meg.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would swear if it spelled out the whole.
That's actually what it was. For those wondering, even though we did say Craig could be in the conversation if he gets 63, 64 points, his median, his 50th percentile, is around 73 to 74 points is what he would need. So that would be anything above that would be him breathing easy about his points. Right now, we're just getting started, so we'll see if this comes out as the night goes on. We're on Craig.
Like a few histograms of just the numeric data, it looks like. So,
And it looks
1
like
point. Data visualization. It's there. It exists.
his points are increasing. That is true. Over here on Michael Malarkey's screen with a time series plot. This is definitely a not your typical time series plot that you may be used to. This looks like it's fairly condensed or fairly compact. So we'll see if he sticks with lines here. He clearly has a line of best fit. Some of these outliers are definitely messing up what the plot's looking like. It does have interactivity. This is Plotly. So we'll see if he comes back and fixes this up with interactivity. But no golden feature sightings yet. Remember, we're looking for using neighborhood and average price. So a good way to visualize this, if you were trying to win golden features really plainly, would be like a top 5 most expensive neighborhoods or a bottom 5 least expensive neighborhoods, that would be good enough for that golden feature.
I'm liking the kind of like insights that Michael is really kind of like extracting from these data visualizations. It's kind of nice.
I think what's nice about it is, we saw this last week with both Jesse and with D-Rob. And so seeing someone actually take data viz, not just for exploratory or modeling purposes, but also for like larger insights into perhaps interactions of what the data may contain. I think that's really important. And I think obviously D-Rob used that to his advantage.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And, of course, our contestants, like, I think this is probably like a case of our contestants kind of taking what they see Nick and I responding to and how we allocate points for the data visualization and kind of switching up how they approach things. So it's good.
That's right.
Ooh.
Lap 2. What are you doing?
Oh, I was just kind of trying to check out whatever we were just looking at right there.
It's Josh's screen.
Yeah, looks like he was also trying to get something going with the evaluation metric.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Josh isn't... Oh, actually he is. Oh, maybe... No, he's not. Not yet. But it looks like he might... Oh, yeah, he is. I think he's making his own custom loss function.
Is he or isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is. Look, you got it there with the L. This was...
It would be... It'd be so funny if he like Googled it and then found the implementation that Julia literally just created during the course of the episode. That'd be pretty incredible.
Yeah. So we are seeing root mean squared log error from Josh. So he will be making his own custom loss function. We'll see if it works. Again, if you're not familiar with making your own custom loss functions inside modeling, inside these modeling packages, statistical learning packages, machine learning packages, it really is as easy as import XY, output whatever your output is, and then in the custom loss function method or key value parameter section, there should be something that says is higher better or is higher worse. So you would put in your custom loss function, you'll put in whether higher or lower is better, and then you set it to some variable, and then you use it inside your modeling. It really is not too difficult, but if you have not done it before, you kind of got to take your head off, manipulate some things in your brain, and then like put your skull back on. It's not the most comfortable thing to do, but yeah, we'll see if these contestants who are less familiar with it maybe can do it.
Good thing our contestants are just screen sharing and not sharing their video as they take their skulls on and off and on.
We're over here on Craig's screen. Remember, Craig needs the most points. He needs both chat points and he needs modeling points. Right now we're seeing him import some stuff for GeoPandas, which is how a lot of people use maps, map visualization, and we are most likely going to start seeing him do some map visualization here. It is hilarious that so many people are going straight to the map visualization. I don't know if that is what they would have typically done, or if it is because maybe they have been primed to do so. Over here on Canzhi's screen. Oh god. This one still has the paper wrapped around it. Oh god.
Ricola?
Yeah. Excuse me, cough drop.
Cough drop.
Yes.
Oh. Unbranded.
Unbranded cough drop. That's like...
Maybe we should make mapping, geographical plotting, a golden feature with a future dataset that doesn't have any geographical features. That's when we'll know that the meta is strong, when they still try to go for it. Yeah. Bringing in external data to join on just so they can make a map.
If we took off lat long, do you think they would still like try to find lat long based off like neighborhood?
Yeah, I think it's just the ease, having lat long right there in the data set does put it, much closer within reach. So I would say that's probably why we're seeing them go for it.
We are a handful of minutes in now. Let's take a look at another contestant. We've seen Michael, we've seen Josh. Let's take a look at Canzhi and what Canzhi has to say. Obviously, his Sixth Man of the Year award to Joe Ingles did not happen. He is also confused about the Milwaukee Bucks currently. Let's see what else he has to say in his bio.
I'm Canzhi. I started a company called Sideline HD. Most of the time I am writing code, full stack, just back end, front end, occasionally mess with some data. I think I'm generally pretty competitive about games, and I like to win things, and losing is not fun. But I guess academically I've never really been super competitive. I guess I did Quiz Bowl in high school. That was kind of academic competition. I think you should root for me if you like sports. I'm someone who's played with almost exclusively sports data. So if I win, it's a proof that sports are a great playground for learning data science skills. Coding live is pretty daunting to me. I never really liked live coding interviews. So I don't like to lose, but at the same time, this format is something that's I've not done great with in the past. So.
What else do we know about Canzhi, Meg?
Sure. So Canzhi says he doesn't like to lose, but he can kind of spend this episode taking it pretty easy because he's doing so well at this point. So that's kind of funny to see. So yeah, to tell you a little bit more about Canzhi, he's a big Michigan sports fan because he grew up in Ann Arbor. Apparently he's also a Bucks fan, and I'm not a huge sports fan, but I believe the Bucks are Milwaukee. Is that right?
Correct,
Nick?
Meg.
Did I get that right?
Yes. They're in the playoffs right now, so he's not necessarily a fan. He's just watching playoffs.
He's just a big sports fan. Okay, all right, got it. Makes sense. Got it. I lived in Wisconsin for 5 or 6 years, and I didn't realize that the Milwaukee Brewers were a Major League Baseball team the entire time that I lived in Wisconsin. I thought they were just like a smaller league, non-professional baseball team. So sorry. Anyway, so like we said earlier about Canzhi, he's a recent convert from Sublime to VS Code. But we see, of course, he's using Colab here today, but he does like the Jupyter Notebook inside of VS Code. You should check it out. It's pretty cool. I agree. He likes throwing data. He scrapes into a Postgres database, and he sometimes feels like he likes scraping data more than he likes to build models with it. He says it's such a rush, collecting and organizing data that other people don't want you to get your hands on. And he's not working with data in his day-to-day job. He did start a company recently, SidelineHD.com, that puts live scoreboards onto youth baseball and softball live streams. So that is Canzhi.
That's right, and we see people in chat rooting for Canzhi. Canzhi Boost, this is true.
Canzhi Boost.
He did introduce Cat Boost to the entire SLICED contestant pool. The weird thing is, though, Meg, he used Cat Boost, but I don't think he submitted a Cat Boost model prediction for his actual predictions. I think it was just XG Boost.
Yeah, I think that's right. So I saw our contestants were debating this the other day, and maybe one of our contestants in chat can correct me if this is wrong, but we were trying to take stock of the approaches that contestants have used week to week. And I think we had initially said, Canzhi using Cat Boost, but in fact it looked like it was XG Boost. And in fact, I think it's been XG Boost every episode so far. That's been the winner.
I think there's been a mix.
Has there? Okay. Cat Boost won week 3. Okay.
Yeah, Cat Boost. I mean, Cat Boost has been attempted every single week.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if Cat Boost is winning, though. It's
Oh yeah, Cat Boost week 3. Yes. Yeah.
Looks like we're seeing Craig with interactive modeling validity RMSE scores here for his trains. Interesting approach. Unsure how much interactivity you need to check for your loss through your iterations, but it's a nice touch. I am appreciating it.
Yep.
Let's go back over to Josh. We haven't seen Josh in a bit, and Josh is done with his custom function for RMSLE. If you are interested, you can see here in his metrics set, as his tuning grid implies, he'll have his root mean squared log error, his RMSE regular, and his R squared. When you're working with a regressor type target, two common metrics to measure your model by, one being RMSE, the other one being R squared. Depending on the package, this is also another thing, Meg. Maybe something to toil with later. But most R squared is Pearson R, but not a lot of people use Spearman R squared, which is a non-parametric flavor of R squared.
You want me to toil with that? Who's toiling?
Oh well, if we've introduced RMSLE, perhaps we introduce other flavors of like custom metrics for model.
Yeah, I think Kaggle's library of custom metrics is pretty expansive. Many dozens and dozens of custom metrics, so there's a lot to choose from. At least I have the power.
That's right. Actually, probably a good time to talk about the powers you and I wield. If you're unfamiliar with the stream and unfamiliar with me and Meg, I am Nick Wan. I am a manager of data science over at KFC. Yes, that KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I stream on Twitch 4 days a week.
Cool. Yeah, and I am Meg Brisdall. I am Nick's co-host for Sliced on this stream. When I'm not slicing it up, I work at Kaggle. I like to joke that I am a content marketing intern at Kaggle, but really I'd say I spend the most of my time being head of product at Kaggle. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Megan Risdall if you want to, hear me talk about Sliced pretty much 24/7.
I believe you also have your own a command in chat. I think it's !Meg.
Oh, I feel so fancy.
Yeah. That's right. Are you aware of the KFC bucket hat phenomena? Yes. For many years now. For many years. Ever since Buckethead, Yeah, you just take a bucket and you wear it as a hat.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's right.
And that is a phenomenon. Okay. All right.
You see it in the wild,
Interesting. Sri. Aw.
We're over here on Josh's screen. I have no idea what he's looking at right now.
He's looking at a stacking coefficient by member with penalty set at 10. Linear regression model.
When you put it that way, Meg, true.
Yep, not false. Not false.
Yes.
It's kind of a salmon color. I think that's like GG plot. Yeah.
That is unfalse. Any unfalsers in chat? Unfalsers in chat. Let's go back to Craig, where I can somewhat tell what he's doing. It looks like he's going to be doing some SHAP. A little feature importance. If you're unfamiliar with the SHAP package, it turns your values into SHAP values, which then you can start using to interpret the feature importance of your model, the impact of your model, things that you typically would do with maybe an F1 score or maybe coefficients, but in a little more statistically driven way. And also
Should I be seeing price in that plot, though?
we are seeing price, and they are also predicting price. So
Interesting.
this is a bold move, Cotton.
See how that plays out for him.
You know,
That would mean very bad things for our QA step on the data set if that worked.
if we recall the pilot season, Meg, this actually happened to Data Dude, if you remember. Data Dude, I believe, used in the speed dating data set something that he wasn't supposed to use because it wasn't in the holdout set.
Yes, that's right.
So we may be seeing a little overfit, perhaps.
That might lead to a little bit of overfit among other problems, yes.
Let's go over to Josh here. He's got some histogram of price, and remember, they are predicting the price of these Airbnb listings. Josh is in a pretty good situation here. He has his custom loss function. He has a handful of different loss functions. Looks like he's munched his data down into something that his model can take, and it looks like he's pretty. I don't know. I'm feeling like he has a pretty strong strategy, and this is definitely a different Josh than we saw that first time around, right, Meg?
Yes, that's right. I have like the leaderboard up right now, just waiting his prediction at the moment, and just saw we're already up to 18 people on the leaderboard, only one of which so far is a contestant tonight, Canzhi, I believe. Although I also see Jordan, welcome, another contestant. But 18 for within the first hour, I think is pretty incredible. You know, as far as like audience participation. So
I was gonna say, I personally think this week is really important for us because it really is the people who are hardcore, interested in Slice, not just interested in a particular person who's coming on Slice, and to see not just a ton of people in chat, but also 18 people on the leaderboard, that's actually fantastic. So big hearts to y'all in chat. Thanks for coming in and supporting Sliced all these weeks. Many more weeks to come, y'all.
I love it. Yep. Yeah, and don't forget, I mean, you still have an hour. If this number of people are able to submit within the first hour, I wonder if we could like double this the next hour. You know, if you're top of the leaderboard as, you know, a chat audience participant, you'll win a code to redeem an NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute course training, as well as your choice of Kaggle swag that I just have, like, you know, just laying around in boxes in my apartment. I'm kidding. That's not actually true.
That is true for me.
It's close to true. Yeah, it's pretty close to true.
So we are on Michael Malarkey's screen. It looks like he is importing. Well, TikTok is just a timing library. If you're familiar with Jupyter Magic, this is no different than Time or Time It. So he is just timing his XGBoost model. Now, the data set itself, how many rows were we talking about in this data set, Meg?
I think I downsampled to 30,000 rows between train and test and doing a 70-30 split.
I see. So we're looking at probably around 30K rows here. I wouldn't be so worried about timing unless he's really going to go really deep with estimators and learning rates. So this might just be, planning ahead, maybe seeing how long things take. That way you could put in as much data viz or golden feature hunting as possible. But whatever it might be, I worry that he might put too much weight into how much time he might have in terms of a ceiling. You really don't need to time much here. I wouldn't expect any of these models going through XGBoost to be longer than like a minute or two. Let's go back over to Josh. Josh has written his stuff. He's you can see that Write CSV submission 1 down there. And so wondering if that is going up yet. I haven't seen it yet. Let's go back.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Let's go back over to Craig. Craig.
Oh, actually, Josh is on the leaderboard. Just a moment ago, he is last on the public leaderboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is.
We're not going to read too much into that. It's just 1% of the test data.
It is 1%. And remember, y'all, not only is it 1%, but the big thing about Josh, which he admitted to a few of us now, so I don't think it's that big of a deal that I'm telling y'all this now, a little Nikki leak. But he did submit a wrong column last lap. So his submission was actually the completely opposite column that he needed to submit. So he had predictions for both yes and no responses, and he was supposed to input the yes responses, but he ended up inputting the no responses as his column.
That will make a difference. That will make a very big difference.
Yes, and was he episode 1 or 2?
Oh, geez.
think it was
Does
2.
my memory go back that far? No.
I think it was 2. Yeah, so
Yeah.
here he is on 2. You can see him down here at 19th with a 2.76, which is worse than the predicting the mean. Now, if you think about it, the only possible way that he can make predictions worse than the mean is if he literally made opposite predictions. That's what he did. That is exactly what he did. So I wouldn't be surprised if he saw this and is also freaking out about whether or not he is submitting the correct column.
Yes. I mean, on the other hand, it is a very easy fix. So there's some relief that probably came with that realization.
Let's go over to Craig. Oh, crap. We were already on Craig. Let's go over to Canzhi.
Let's do it.
And Canzhi looks like he's transforming his data. This is his data ready for modeling, it looks like. It still has strings in there. I wonder if he's going to codify those strings in some way. But this is the set of data. It still has price in there, so maybe it's not exactly the set for his model quite yet.
I hope not.
Back over to Michael Malarkey, and looks like he is not going through any training or anything right now. Looks like he's just double checking his code before he goes through with it.
He's really gone pretty elaborate on the code comments here, which is kind of nice to see.
It is very nice, and when we do bring him in for code review tomorrow, by the way, if you're interested in some of these contestants, they do go over their notebooks on Wednesdays with me. So if you want to hear a little more in depth of how contestants got to where they are, tune in tomorrow as well.
Ooh, I see here he notes something that he learned from D-Rob's stream, David Robinson. Probably not his sliced showing stream, but one of his regular YouTube streams where he live codes about tokenizing. So some NLP tips that our contestants are picking up from other contestants, which is pretty cool.
That's right. And
I dig it.
Both D-Rob and Julia wrote the book on...
That's right. Very literally.
very literally wrote the book on text mining in R. So
That's right.
No better two to learn from than two SLICED contestants who literally wrote the book. Let's go back over to Craig. Craig still trying to figure out... okay, it looks like his modeling is done. Says his last line of his code here. We'll see if this means he's going to go throw his predictions up onto the leaderboard.
It's done. We wait. OMG.
Oh,
All right.
He did catch, though, that he was fitting on price, which is the thing he was supposed to be predicting.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
So that is a very good signal that he caught his flub there.
That's a pretty important catch. So
Yes.
good job. And he's got plenty of time. The contestants still have an hour to go. So
That's right. Here we are with Canzhi. Canzhi looking over scikit-learn ensemble random forest regressor. Are we gonna see Canzhi actually do some ensemble modeling where he has an XG, or he has his cat boost GBM and he has a random forest regressor? He has two new predictions, and will he try to merge them or add them or weight them like he did randomly last time? Will he do some weird tricky stuff with the predictions at the end here?
How do you feel like Canzhi is pacing this episode compared to his first episode? And do you think the points that he's bringing from last lap are impacting that?
So the issue that I have with Canzhi right now is his data viz is non-existent.
Non-existent. None. Yep. Yeah.
So if I was Canzhi and I knew my threshold was like, I need 20 points,
Yep.
I wouldn't try to be going for modeling points.
Right. Yeah. And I saw one correlation matrix, one like heat map kind of thing. But oh man, it's gonna be tough if we've got limited data visualization from so far. I think like 3 out of 4 of our contestants is gonna be pretty interesting. But Canzhi is definitely the least of all.
Go over to Craig Mann, and let's also hear from Craig Mann himself. I know y'all just saw Craig's bio last week. Let's hear a little more about his time in New Zealand from Craig.
My name is Craig Mann. I just recently graduated in 2020 from Texas A&M with a master's in analytics when I was a sophomore in high school. I lived outside for, 6 months, or not 8 months in New Zealand. Because my mom's from there. Yeah, it was incredible. I had to chop my own wood and all kinds of shit. It was like Hogwarts, but for like real people. Just like going there, I was the outcast. They called me Captain America and all kinds of crazy shit. So I taught myself Algebra 2 in New Zealand in the woods, and the headmaster would proctor my exams. I don't know that he could do the work, but he was just like, are you cheating? No, here in the woods, what am I going to do? Like, oh, that bird flew a certain vector, so I'm going to calculate it. Oh yeah, let me write that down. It'll be painful rooting for me. I'm like a wannabe nerd. Like, I really want to be a nerd, but I'm not that good at it. You'll see that when we're live coding.
And what else do we have on Craig Mann?
Sure, I can tell you a little bit about Craig Mann, but first, did he really say that he learned Algebra 2 in the woods?
He did. So he was at an outdoors school for half a year, and literally was all outdoors, is what he described.
That is very cool and a very different kind of non-traditional. That's awesome. And also love the Hogwarts, but for real people. Nice. So a little bit more about Craig. He likes to play video games, which, he briefly busted out some Rocket League, I think, from his episode last week. We already saw he plans to kind of table that strategy, so to speak, for today's episode, but maybe he'll surprise us still. He says, otherwise, we can expect a lot of doom scrolling. Let's see, he generally works in using Visual Studio Code and is not using a supercomputer by any means. We see here today he's, doing a little bit in Visual Studio Code as well as this data effing visualizations Meg notebook. So that's great. He's a Python person leaning heavily on Pandas and scikit-learn. He really, really wants to use Keras apparently in Sliced. I don't know if we'll ever give him the opportunity though. Like Nick said, we try to steer a little bit clear from deep learning, neural nets, any of those kind of things on Sliced so far. But he also has 2 boys under 3 years old who might make an appearance because they're totally out of control. So it'd be interesting if we started to see sort of like some keyboard mashing or something, from Craig, maybe one of his kids at the desk. So that's Craig.
Yeah, we do have a plot of New York City from Craig, which he is trying to showcase to us with as much zoom as possible.
It almost looks like a stain or something, like a kind of like pinkish coffee stain. Yikes!
He is realizing price is very inflated in certain areas. Let's see. Okay, that is not how you do that in pandas, but we'll see him work through that in a bit. I believe I saw Canzhi also start plotting what seems to be the outline of New York City, except there's his origin here, 00, is making his map look quite odd.
Indeed. Odd plots all around.
So clearly folks are not used to plotting geo maps, but interesting to see two different tactics. One here with geo pandas from Canzhi and Craig using straight up matplotlib for it. This is all Python related. Let's go back over to Josh. Josh, one of the two R users tonight, and not specifically a person who's always in tidyverse. He does like to dabble outside and use a lot of base R to supplement his processing pipeline. Yes, Meg.
Is he about to find a golden feature here?
Which neighbors are most expensive? Oh my god, this might be!
We watching the birth of a golden feature live?
And it's because he's going through a model, right? So he's actually just fishing for different data viz stuff.
What a great idea, Josh. Keep it going. Sending you good vibes. Find a golden feature.
Wow. Okay.
I want all of them to find golden features.
Which neighborhoods are the most expensive? That's literally the golden feature to find. That would be 5 points.
He's talking about number of rooms here. Perhaps he'll do something with the second golden feature.
This is good.
He's got some good ideas. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all are noticing, but Josh is not actually using control/ or control. What's the comment hotkey in R Studio? I don't know. But he's actually just using Shift 3 space. That's he's not using any hotkey for his comment lines, which so that is almost as crazy as Tony not using tab complete. It's almost as crazy as Tony not using tab complete.
I love that we get to just sort of like critique these sort of like minuscule details kind of behind their backs live for our international audience on live TV.
I also use Shifty. I wish I were kidding. See, what is this is
I'm almost positive that I do too, Nick, but I'm just a lowly content marketing intern, you guys, okay? I'm not a data scientist.
That's right. Let's go.
Despite what Brian Grazer says.
Let's go over to Michael Malarkey, still working through his XGBoost model. He has, it looks like he's going through model metrics. He's clearly gone through his tenfold cross-val. He set his seed to be the jersey number for Larry Bird, Celtics legend.
Again? Okay.
But
Ooh, I see some cool stuff from Josh. Cool data viz.
Oh, look. This is also not your typical library, but his plot zoom is not working. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, though.
Yeah, what kind of plot would we say this is? GG Scatmat. Ooh, okay. Scattegory matrix.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a very visual summary plot.
Pairs plot. See, I've learned from my several weeks now of co-hosting on Twitch with you, Nick, that if I say something wrong, if I just like say it wrong kind of confidently or in a joking way, either way, like someone in chat will correct me. So thank you.
Yeah, welcome
Pairs
to
plot.
This is
Pairs
definitely
plot.
Streaming, data science streaming on Twitch. You always have someone there. It's like your own private Stack Overflow, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I like categories, matrix plot. It's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was a stronger branding there, in my opinion. Let's go over to Craig, the other person who needs to not just win modeling, but he needs to win chat.
We're talking about you.
It's, looks like his chat plot now does have, well, one, doesn't have price in it. So he has rendered his chat plot, and he's seeing that number of reviews obviously increases the price here. That is unsurprising. Better reviews for the place equals higher rate. Perhaps that is some buyer's remorse. Perhaps that is just how good the Airbnb was. If it is not available 365 days of the year, the price goes down. That's also pretty interesting. But this is nice. I don't know. What are you thinking about? One, if we assume that this model is correct, what do you think about the feature importance here, Meg?
I mean, yeah, I think, let's see. I think it makes sense. I don't know, my intuitions maybe could have gone either way on availability. Like, I think that's like the number of days of the year that the Airbnb, the listing is available. I don't know. I like think like fewer days. It's like, ooh, it's exclusive or something. But I guess it's maybe it really means that it's more of like a hobby or something for the Airbnb host. I don't know. So
what do you
yeah,
think?
I like these plots. Yeah, kind of like, yeah.
What do you think about latitude and longitude? As they increase, price also increases. Does that give us like some sort of insight about like where you might want to be Airbnb-ing in terms of price?
I mean, yeah, I would say so. I'm not terribly familiar with New York City, though, so I don't know how I'd be able to kind of associate that with, the...
Any New Yorkers and any New
I don't have a lot
Yorkers
of domain expertise. I could say something confidently wrong on stream again, and I'm sure somebody will correct me.
Just saw... Oh, ooh, Josh, go back to it.
I saw that.
We just saw it. I think he hit it. Oh wait, no, that was Burrows. That was actually Burrows.
It was Burrows, and he wasn't looking strictly at average or median or whatever. It was really like a density of price, like a density plot.
It was KDE. It was absolutely KDE, but it was a ridge plot, and it did look pretty.
It did.
So we'll see if he goes back to it in a few clicks from now. Maybe now. Maybe now.
No.
Go. Okay, we'll come back.
Nope. All right, we'll come back. Yep. Okay.
Go, Michael.
He's so close, tantalizing. I'll keep an eye. On.
Less than 45 minutes to go in tonight's Sliced contest, y'all. How's everyone doing in chat? Everyone good? Everyone enjoying tonight's contest?
Oh yeah, don't forget the NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute prize for those who do participate in chat. Let us know. We'll at some point be picking a random chat participant.
I think we'll be doing that, Meg, at 10:30.
Okay, sounds cool.
All right, looks like some people claps in chat. That's excellent. Right now we're seeing 20 people on the leaderboard.
We've got Josh's density plot again.
Oh.
Just looking at Burrows, but...
This is Burrows. This is priced by Burrow. I wonder if he breaks it down to neighborhood, though. I wonder if he's going to break it down to neighborhood.
Would we count that?
If he breaks down to neighborhood?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is.
But this is like plotting like the density of prices, like the distribution versus the average or median.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't count that. But
right. What if he did like a little like sort of like a V line?
Yes. If he did that would count.
All right.
That counts.
Okay, cool. All right.
So
we're just hashing these, details out live.
Let's go back to the leaderboard. Right now we see Data Lab at the top. Unsurprising for him. We also see last week's public leaderboard winner be Stuttered. And third, we see our good old friend at Bayes Grid Search Magician in Landon. He is fourth. We see Jesse down there at 5. top 5. 2 of
Nice.
the 5 top 5 contestants are contestants on Sliced.
It's awesome.
As
I also see that Josh has made a second submission to the leaderboard, and now he is beating the benchmark. He made a pretty big improvement from his previous submission.
That's right.
So-
Still under Canzhi, but they're only off. And remember, this is only 1% of the sample, so this could change very dramatically in just under an hour from now. But he is only, what would this be? A thousandth off? So we'll see if that changes as the night goes on. We don't see any other contestants from tonight. We don't see anything from Craig. We don't see anything from Michael quite yet. But sure enough, they'll be on the board soon. We see Manhattan or Mad Hatton.
Where are we like kind of swimming around it? Like, is he speaking? I wonder if he's like talking to himself as he's. Yeah. Like I've got like a PowerPoint, like whatever laser pointer kind of situation going on.
Let's go over to Canzhi. Canzhi's still trying to work with that plot. Still not getting exactly what he wants out of it, but it looks like he's actually working with the text strings.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
so so this is the other thing. If he can extract number of beds or baths,
Yes.
it looks like he might be trying to, Meg.
Ooh.
So
And that's from the name column specifically. So yeah, I've got like a cute 1-bedroom brownstone. I think, pulling out that 1 bedroom. That's a 10-point golden feature.
that's right. So if he could do that, and look, he even has something down here. Cute big 1 bedroom. Like he really wants to dive into it. Let's go back over to Josh real quick.
Yeah.
Josh working with Burrows. Still looking at Burrows is in my opinion that would be the where I would go first. But the harder one is breaking out to neighborhoods.
Yeah.
There's so many neighborhoods, and doing a top and bottom list would be sort of an easy way to tackle this, but we'll see if he actually ends up doing it.
How many neighborhoods are there? I don't know if you had actually looked at the...
There's I don't know, Ross, how many neighborhoods are in New York City?
There's 18 neighborhoods in New York City. See if this works. There's 23 neighborhoods in New York City. There's a lot. Okay. 23 neighborhoods is a lot.
That's
I'm sure it's more than that. I'm sure it's more than that. Sorry. 207. Yes, it worked again.
See, it's
And of course, I believe that is true.
yeah.
Yeah. Someone on the internet told me.
We see Craig getting ready to submit to Kaggle, and look what he's doing here, Meg. Index equals false.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so we probably will not see him open up Excel,
That's correct.
manually remove the index column.
All right, here it is. This is, by the way, crash course.
It's happening live.
Crash course into submitting onto Kaggle. This is what it looks like. You have a CSV. That CSV needs some sort of IDs. Those IDs are provided from the holdout or from the test data set, and you are attaching on your predictions with a specific column name. In this case, the column name is price. You can see a submission printout here, just the head of it. And he has eliminated the index column, which would have been column 1 or column 0, depending on the type of...
Is that your cursor or his cursor?
This is mine.
That's yours.
This is
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I'm like, wow, how weird.
So we see him dragging that in. He's actually going to drag in which one is he going to drag in? Who knows? It looks like 01kaggle.csv is the one he wants. He's looking at the shape of it. He is probably questioning to himself, why is there 34,000 entries in the submission when he really wants only 14,000? And that's because he is predicted on his test. Or his training.
His train, yeah.
So
That is a problem.
So
It's a
he
problem.
will have to go back and predict on the test. We'll come back to him when that is ready to go. Let's go back over to Canzhi now. Canzhi is, again,
Are we any closer to a golden feature here?
it's not exactly it yet, but he is definitely he's using the host names as a vector. So similar to what Josh was doing, not necessarily inferring gender, but maybe there's something in the host name that implies a better host, or perhaps a host that has hosted many times, and so they have a particular quality to them.
We just, within the last 10 seconds, we've got Michael Malarkey now on the leaderboard.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, there he is. Michael Malarkey, and he's pretty high up there. He's 5. He has knocked Jesse down to 6. So in the last 10 seconds, as you said, his first prediction there. Let's go to Michael's screen now. Michael's screen says, we're on the board. I think we have time to look at variable importance and maybe tunes. So this is from an out-of-the-box model using XGBoost. He has manipulated his data. I believe he did some transforms. And now we're looking at feature importance.
Yeah, what do we learn from this versus the SHAP block?
Well, the most important feature here is room type. So entire home versus a room. But we do see latitude, longitude at the top of this. Now, the other thing that we're seeing here that we aren't seeing in Craig's is a lot more features. So Craig only had like 6 or 7 features.
Yeah.
We're seeing
yeah, what is TF-IDF name Cozy? Very interesting. Yeah,
oh,
cool.
So he did rip out all the times where they said cozy on the thing. Now, if he went one step further and ripped out bedroom number or bathroom number, we might be seeing some additional points here, but
yeah, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, those I would say are pretty important factors for me when I'm deciding how much I'll pay for an Airbnb.
yeah, like
Although that's kind of a distant memory, you know, I haven't booked an Airbnb in a very long time. It feels like.
I also haven't booked an Airbnb in a very long time. So
it's kind of making me want to do a little traveling.
So we have, we did see room is scrolling up and down very quickly.
Come on.
I thought we saw room. We saw room something.
I saw the word room for sure.
There's name of the room.
Oh, room name. Private room.
Name bedroom. Is name bedroom the amount of bedrooms? I don't know.
Don't know.
We're going to have to figure that one out later. Let's go back over to Josh Polkamp-Hart. This is the neighborhood group and price. We're looking for neighborhood and price. If he wants 5 points from the golden features.
We are just like so tantalizingly close to these golden features.
Fun behind the scenes fact. Meg usually does golden features, but this was my attempt at golden features this week.
I want to clarify, not the air density one or whatever it was.
Okay, yeah.
That was a Nick Wan special.
That was right. I did both of these tonight, and I thought that they were going to be really hard. But by the looks of things, they actually are pretty hard, I guess. Right? So he is actually going to parse down his... he threw the kitchen sink of features into his model. Now he's parsing it down to what is the most important features from his model. And he's going to see if that improves his model just based off eliminating some of the lower or less used features. Perhaps there's better learnings or stronger interactions when you start excluding some of these things that might be duplicating information from some of these other columns. Let's go back over to Josh.
Yeah, and I was just checking to see if we had Craig on the leaderboard, and not yet. Probably still fixing that training versus test set issue.
This is like, I don't know if this is how anyone else codes, but this is like a wall of code.
Yeah, a little bit.
Readability, 0. was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, how much does the theme, the editor theme, help or harm that? Mostly harm.
Yeah, this is. But you know, when it comes down to R&D and when it comes down to development, just your initial steps of coding, if it works, you can always clean it up later.
Exactly.
It does help if you have some comments, though. Oh, wait! I think we got it, Meg!
Oh my gosh, there it is. Yes. Oh, what fantastical colors too. Wow. Yes, golden feature. So this is 5 points to Josh for doing the categorical plot, looking at prices. Although he's labeled his axis here density of prices. I assume we're looking at what are we looking at?
I would assume this is
median. He's median. He's looking at median price. So I think we count that.
That's good.
So that's 5 points to Josh. So he's our first point getter of the evening.
And fairly late. Usually we've seen golden features tackled like as early as like within the first 10 minutes, but
Yep. They did not get lucky with the mapping.
He's cleaning up the plot now, and it looks like he's making it so this is specific to Manhattan. Actually, no, we also see Williamsburg in there, so we do see a little Brooklyn in there.
Manhattan or Madhattan.
Bushwick and Bed-Stuy are in there as well. But yes, this is a golden feature. We have seen neighborhood plus prices in the categorical plot.
And just as a reminder, our contestants are bringing their points from the first lap round into this lap, and I believe Josh is coming in with 17 points, so this is bringing him up to a total of 22 total. And so Josh is kind of like alongside Craig and needing to, pull a fair number of points this episode. So winning modeling, is what he needs to be able to get into the playoffs. So
that's right. He needs to win modeling. He needs those 30 points from modeling. He could survive without chat. He could survive without golden features. They definitely will help his cause. He needs, if anything, he needs as many points as he can get. All points are really difficult to come across. Let's go over to Craig, who is submitting. And it looks like a submission. Yes, 0.60, right above the mean submission.
You didn't even scroll to the bottom.
No, right under Josh Polkamp Hart there. So he's on the board. First submission there. And we are winding down. This is 30 minutes left in the contest, y'all. Let's go over to Canzhi, who we haven't seen in a bit. He was working on map visualizations, and then he switched over to some Word2Vec or TF-IDF string extraction, trying to use some of the string features in name and also the host name as features in his model. We're seeing if that is actually improving his model. He's most likely submitting based off the lack of movement on this screen. He's probably submitting up right now as we speak. Let's go over to Michael Malarkey. Michael has created a model. He's looked at feature importance and is now parsing down those features in his model to improve the model, perhaps clean up the model in terms of noisy features that weren't being used. We'll see if that improves his score later on tonight when we get down to the scoring. Josh is heavily invested in data viz right now. He is also modeling as we speak. So he has 2 sessions going. He has a modeling session and he has a data viz session of our studio. And if anything, what we saw last time, Josh does pretty well with data viz. He is doing well tonight, and he's also earned himself some golden feature points from our golden feature related to data viz. He plotted neighborhood alongside median price. Let's go back over to Craig. Craig Mann.
Before we do a little bit kind of like more around the room, I want to like pause and check in to see if we want to do the chat giveaway for one of our prizes, Nick.
Let's do it.
Should we do it? Should we get a little hype in chat for the this is the NVIDIA Deep Learning Institute course. So yeah, this is thanks to some of our support from NVIDIA, we can give away. Yes, hype. I love to see it. We can give a code to redeem a Deep Learning Institute course. So that'll prepare you to participate in future episodes or seasons of Sliced, where Nick and I do make Sliced a huge success, and we do pivot to deep learning and computer vision and all of that, whatever. So yeah,
That's right.
all you have to do is chat.
Yeah, so if you put in you could just spam emotes. You could say hi. You can introduce yourself. But if you're active in chat right now, we'll count it down for another 5 minutes, and we'll run it. Right now we have 22 people in the giveaway. If you are interested, now up to 27 now. If you're interested in some NVIDIA Deep Learning free course. If you haven't checked it out, it's NVIDIA's Deep Learning Institute. They teach you how to use GPU accelerated environments to train your deep learning or neural net models. Free course. You can redeem it. It's self-paced. Videos, tutorials, all yours. All you need to do is chat. All you gotta do is throw in perhaps an emote, perhaps whatever you want to do. We'll keep it going for another 5 minutes.
How many chatters did we have last episode? Do you remember?
Yeah, last episode, I believe it was around 60.
All right, bring it.
So we're around 40 right now. We'll run it in 5 minutes from now. So at 10:40. So once everyone says something in there, we'll keep it going. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, is that Jacob Meyer I see in chat? Wow. What a blast from the past. One of my oldest mods right there.
Ooh. Ah,
Jacob Meyer. Holy F. We've been through some wars with that guy. He's seen every single one of my streams. All the different forms. Here we see Josh with a map plot, and it looks like if I screenshot Google Maps of New York City, brought into Paint, and used the spray paint tool, that's what we just saw. That's what
like,
that was.
It sounds like you're dissing it, but it's actually a better plot than some of the others that we've seen so far this episode.
This is a lot more descriptive of what's happening in New York City. Obviously, Canzhi was just plotting data with a really weird skew on it. This is definitely better than some of the lat-long plots we've seen before.
It's better.
It definitely... hey, and now he's changed the color to a lighter blue of spray paint can.
Doesn't look like dirt anymore. Yeah. So that's good.
This is literally... like when you were a kid, you just internet. MS Paint.
It looks good now.
Yeah. I believe he is plotting prices. But the prices are always going to be really skewed towards these heavy ones, so the entire plot's going to look the same color because of some of these outliers. So unless he does some
log transform. Oh, he is.
Oh, okay.
Wait, or is it the other? It's a different plot. Here we go. Now he's doing the log transform.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, 2 more minutes, y'all. Just spam something in chat if you want to be a part of the giveaway. Right now, 46 people eligible for the giveaway. Okay, this is a little bigger, but still a similar color. We'll come back to his tooling, his fixing of his plot soon. I just want to see one more. Oh, look at those rainbow looking.
Let me see. Michael just opened up a totally new R file.
Okay, that is...
Singly?
That is not exactly what I want to hear. Maybe this is specific for Viz?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's specific for modeling?
Maybe.
Okay, when I come back, we'll run it, but I need to take a break real quick, Meg.
All right, let's keep watching what Michael is up to.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, we'll see what Michael is up to, sort of like busting out a brand new, fresh R file with just 20 minutes remaining before we are pencils down and we do scoring. Beeper, yes. So Beeper is okay. So chat Beeper that like that'll like play a sound or something when something finishes training or whatever. Is that right? I wonder if like Nick can hear that because I cannot hear that. It would be funny if play-by-play was done in a golf commentary voice. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of like radio broadcaster kind of like voice training for that. So I'll just kind of check out and see what our other contestants are up to while we watch Michael here. Let's see. Canzhi's training a model. Craig is looks like he's doing a grid search. He says this is just a first pass on a grid search. Josh is probably still kind of noodling around with this data visualization, spending quite a bit of time on this plot. I think it's interesting actually to see the kind of different approach to data visualization from our contestants this episode, where I think last episode we just saw a really great, enormous amount of like volume and kind of like exploration of different types of plots from people like Jesse and D-Rob, and here we see, I think Josh is probably doing the most data visualization, and he's going through a lot of like iteration on the data visualizations and kind of like going for quality versus quantity.
Yeah, and I do appreciate Josh taking his time with, not just like good-looking or interesting descriptive plots, but also like relatively meaningful to the data set. Like something I love seeing is people going back into the data, not just treating features as features in a model, but treating them as actual numbers that are related to sort of what the data set story is trying to tell us. So I do appreciate that from Josh. Let's go over to Canzhi real quick before we pull a name out the hat here. Canzhi training his model. It looks like this is this is opt GBM. So this is the light GBM flavored gradient boosted model through opt, and opt is doing some sort of Bayesian like hyperparameter grid search, hyperparameter tuning. Let's go back over to Michael Malarkey, and while we're looking at Michael Malarkey's screen, let us pull the name out of the hat. Remember, this isn't the only time. 53 people. 53
nice.
People. Are we ready, Meg? Are you ready to roll this? Are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready to roll this.
Let's
find out. Who is
rolling it now, and it is M. Rem Jones.
Cool,
M. Rem
congrats.
Jones. Congrats, M. Rem Jones. No, it is you. It is you.
Way.
So if you are in the Discord, just shoot me a message in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, !Discord, please follow us and hang out with us offline. You can also hear of all the different news and stuff that is happening, not just on this stream, but tech and data science related stuff. And also, if you aren't following me and Meg on Twitter, you can always follow us on Twitter. That's twitter.com/nickwan, NICKWAN, or twitter.com/Megan Rizdal.
No H.
No H.
Yep.
Megan or
Yeah.
Rizdal.
No, yeah.
That's right.
That's correct.
So GG's, good job, MRM Jones. Remember, this isn't the only time we're giving this away. If you are at the top of the leaderboard tonight from the public submissions, we'll also give away another code to you. So, Meg No H Rizdal. That's Meg no H.
Meg no H, Rizdal also no H. Yeah.
That's all right. Let's take a look at Canzhi. Canzhi is submitting his newest submission. It looks like he's going to do that right now. If you didn't see it before, this is what it looks like. He just dragged and dropped it, and he has dropped it in, and it looks like it might be better. Oh, it is. It is better than his original.
Better on the public leaderboard. So on this screen, you can see the use for final score checkbox, and I'm just reminding our contestants that they should select their favorite submission. And if you're participating alongside our contestants, you should too, because otherwise it's going to default to picking your submission that scores highest on the public leaderboard. But as we know, public leaderboard is just 1% of the test data that it's evaluated on. So you want to select what you really think and know based on your own intuition or cross-validation or whatever is the best, and select that on Kaggle, because that is what matters on the private leaderboard, the 99% of the test data.
Just taking a look at everyone's notebooks right now. We just came off of Craig Mann's notebook. He is doing a little sweating over there based off his current 1% public leaderboard submission. Again, those are subject to change pretty dramatically. I have been highlighting the past week now that we had a submission that was number 1 on the public leaderboard, and it dropped all the way down to 22nd. So don't read too far into them. What looks good right now will look very different in 15 minutes from now as we round the corner. 15 minutes left for our contestants, 15 minutes left to slice tonight. How's everyone doing? 122 people in the room. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is amazing. How's
I
everyone
love
doing?
everybody who comes back week to week, and everybody who shares what they love about Sliced on Twitter using the Sliced hashtag. Keep it up. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, give away the 3090 next. That's right. No, we definitely appreciate all the support that NVIDIA's given us, not just with our Deep Learning Institute codes, but also with all the swag that the contestants are getting. And remember, on the non-slice nights, if you're coming back into the streams, we are giving away NVIDIA AI shirts. So a little incentive for y'all to come back in. On non-slice nights, the stream starts 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday.
Jesse, I am also super curious to see what happens with the shakeup on this challenge. Very, very excited. Nick is able to see the private leaderboard throughout the course. If he chooses.
I don't.
I have no way of seeing the private leaderboard until it is revealed after the show ends. So it's a very dramatic moment for me.
I absolutely choose not to because I am so bad at a poker face.
Don't give any tells. Yeah, don't give any tells.
So bad. We do see Josh doing a bivariate density plot here for price.
Ooh.
This actually is a little cleaner, in my opinion, than the scatter plot, but
yeah,
it is up to interpretation in terms of how many contours you use for your bivariate KDEs. Are there sliced t-shirts? You're not the first person to ask. Me and Meg probably need to talk about it. So
yeah.
Let's go over to Michael Malarkey. He said he's trying to have code ready in case my tune by some miracle comes through in time. We'll see. So he already has a submission up there. He is doing some grid search parameter tuning right now to see if he could juice out a little more RMSLE from his model. We'll see if that ends up paying off for him. Let's go over to Craig Manning. Remember, Craig needs all the points he can get. He needs to win in modeling. He needs to win in chat. So remember, y'all.
Data viz here. Data F and visualizations.
We are seeing some data viz here. He needs to win all the points he can get. Right now, I don't think we've seen him grab any of those golden features. So that's really going to put him behind the 8 ball. Less than 15 minutes ago, remember, you in chat have the power to award one of the 4 contestants here 15 points. So
right.
keep that in mind. You stick around till the very end. Your vote is not just meaningful, it is powerful.
It is powerful. I want to see more people vote for their favorite contestant tonight than we saw participate in chat. It's so easy. Click a button. You can do it. You can do it. Vote for your favorite.
That's right.
It means a lot.
As we see the different folks rooting for their favorite contestant currently. Nerfed but powerful, that's right. It's 15 points is still a good amount. We didn't want to take away all the reward. Oh wait, we got something from Craig. We got something from Craig.
What do we got?
We got a very ugly looking heat map correlation plot.
Interactive.
It is interactive. He is missing all those things that everyone else has tried to do already, like log transform price, also move away from using price, but he is doing something. We also see something on Canzhi's screen. We see some
neighborhood and price. Oh, but that's, yep, this is not quite what we're looking for, but close.
It's so close.
It's so close. Can he
needs to
pull
take-
off
if he
a
takes-
golden feature?
If he takes the mean, if he turns this from a cat plot to a bar plot will plot the mean.
Come on, Canzhi.
Will he get it? He's literally right there.
And it's astonishing how close so many of our contestants are getting to these golden features.
He literally is.
Confirmed.
If this is so, the key value here, if it goes kind equals bar or kind equals box, you would
That's
get
it.
it.
That's it.
He's going Hue. He's gonna Hue by Burrow. Oh no, he's hewing. Oh no, he's gonna plot by Burrow and Hue by neighborhood. That's the absolute. Oh no, he's not even gonna do that. He's gonna. Oh no, he's going away. He's going away from what he wanted.
Oh.
No, Canzhi, that's the wrong direction.
It's like almost like they're intuiting it, but not quite.
It's so close. Obviously need to log the price for this to make it make linear sense. That's right, we see a gigantic box plot from Craig Mann. Let's go over to Canzhi Yi. Canzhi's still waiting for that plot to render. If you've ever sat through Seaborn's rendering, when you have over 30,000 points and you hue by something that's times 200, this is what it looks like and feels like. Let's go over to Josh Polkamp Hart. Under 10 minutes to go for our contestants here. Still trying to mess around with some data visualization. We're going to have to come back to see if he ended up extracting text out of his name and what that text extraction was, right, Meg?
Yeah, that's right. So we will do a little bit of behind the scenes work to just confirm that a golden feature was discovered or not before we do the final point tally.
That's right. Less than 8 minutes to go. Michael Malarkey questioning whether or not he should go with a map plot or not, and it looks like he is not. But perhaps in the next 7 minutes, if he could eke one out.
Be impressive. I have to say I might be impressed.
Josh
Ooh,
still...
wait.
This is Josh still doing... yeah, I know. Josh still doing neighborhood stuff. And again, I love the dive here. This does make me remember and realize I need to write down these freaking notes for these contestants.
We do a lot of multitasking on this stream.
Yeah, goodness.
For sure. I did see that Craig did make another submission that I didn't quite capture whether that was an improvement over his submission.
It isn't. It is
not.
I actually don't know. Because I think he used the same... Well, okay, we'll go...
Regardless, the private leaderboard is really what's going to matter. For all of our contestants, Craig included. So.
What were the plots from Malarkey, Meg? What have we seen from Michael Malarkey in terms of plots?
He did some plotting early on. He did some histograms. He did a lot of kind of similar to what we've seen past episodes, like EDA kind of stuff. He did the TV themes. He looked at number of reviews by price. He did that heat map with the hierarchical clustering. He did a time series plot that was like that super dense time series plot, if you remember, that was interactive.
Yeah.
He did fair amount of like, yeah, he did a feature importance plot that we compared to the SHAP plot
Oh,
that
that's
Craig did.
right. Craig and Michael did have some differences. We're gonna keep it a lot on Craig and Josh from now on, just because those are the two who need the points as much as possible. We'll take one really quick peek over here at Canzhi. It looks like he is trading through a model. Looks like he's using doc to vac, which is, again, more NLP related stuff. Out here with Craig Mann, he is still trying to jab away at Plotly plots here. This really weird. Wait, hold on, Meg. This is so close.
He had neighborhood.
This is so close. This is
Oh, yeah.
But what is this? This isn't per neighborhood.
That is not a minimum viable plot, I don't believe.
No, this is so freaking close, though.
It is. Yeah, he's got price, some distribution of price somehow, but how does he have neighborhood on the y-axis? I don't really know.
That's oh gosh, that's so concerning. Let's go over to Josh. This is a ball pit.
So concerning. I thought that was a joke you made about it, but it's his own joke.
This
Gotta agree.
yeah, this reminds me of like intro to bio when they're teaching you about genetics, and like this is like, you know, the output from some sort of genetics lab. That's what that reminds me. Any genetics lab, genetics labbers in chat? Genetics labbers? No? Okay, just me. Cool. Here's Craig. It looks like he's doing a scatter. PLT.ballpit. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This is actually really hard, Meg.
Oh, for data visualization, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is hard. Easier to add, easier to sum my points, but... Oh, what does he got here? Now he's looking at... What is his x-axis there? Ooh, okay, alright. Not totally sure what we're looking at from Craig here, but he's, at this point, in contrast to Josh, is going for volume of anything, whereas Josh, I think, spent time on kind of quality.
That's right. Let's go back over to Josh real quick. Remember, we have less than 5 minutes to go, less than 4 minutes to go. Josh looks like he's probably uploading data. Let's go back over to Craig. Craig is doing some more here. Oh, we do see a map plot from Dr. Malarkey himself with a gigantic black hole over New York City. Perhaps a new movie, like Cloverfield.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is what we get. This is what we get, and that's also what we get when we try to plot geoplots in 5 minutes. So let's see here with Craig Mann. Craig Mann still looking through his univariate scatter plots, unsure if he's just finding what he wants here, and. No, it looks like we have gone in larger with the marker here.
Wow. I present a map.
Yeah, Cloverfield is clearly taking over the greater U.S. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Let's go over to Josh Polkamp Hart here. Josh looks like he's cleaning up his code. He might want to just knock out one more attempt there. We're gonna stick on Craig for the next remainder because it looks like he's doing a lot. We might go over to Michael Malarkey if we do see something from him, but Craig Mann really juicing it out for some data viz points here. And let me tell you, this is quite the round, Meg.
This is quite the round. In terms of data visualization, yeah, it's so interesting because we're seeing them like spend time on this, but to very, very differing results.
We see here Cloverfield has not just taken over the world, but ingested the majority, leaving only Greenland and Brazil. So things becoming a lot more perilous over here on Michael Malarkey's
I'm getting hysterical, but
screen.
it's really funny.
Here we are with Craig Mann again. Still a lot more scatter plots, wondering if he's going to try to pivot towards something more, perhaps by a hue, perhaps colored by some other factor or feature here. Not a lot of movement on Josh Polkamp-Hart's screen. It looks like he might be calling it for the day. We do see back over here with the heat map, he did try to log this. That log did not obviously go through quite yet. We are looking at Canzhi's screen. He is submitting his last submission, most likely. We are less than a minute to go. Craig Mann is most likely calling it for his submissions. He is trying to get all the points he can from DataViz right now. I am locked in for DataViz, I think, for everyone. And so this is going to be...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Craig has ended his stream. Unsure if that was a rage quit. Oh, no, it was actually just a disconnect of some sort. And actually, yes, I don't see him...
Got my whiteboard ready.
in the... I don't see him in live anymore.
Oh, well, I will wait for him to hop into live staging to drag him over.
Yeah,
if he returns.
Only a few seconds left. And it's pencils
Chat,
down.
get ready to vote. And,
It is
yes.
pencils down. Everyone is done for the night.
Wow. Man, every episode is so different, I have to say, Nick. Every episode is so different. All right, so chat is already ready and raring to go. Oh, puppy chat votes. Chat is already ready and raring to go for the chat vote. So I'll be kicking off a poll momentarily. This will be 15 points to the contestant that wins your hearts, your minds. So yes, continue to kind of like debate, duke it out, like vouch for your candidate, vouch for your favorite contestant in chat right now. So who's gonna win? Chat vote 15 points. Craig, Josh, Michael, or Canzhi. I am starting the poll now and begin voting. You've got 2 minutes to get your votes in. I would really, really, really love to see as many people as possible telling us who they think wins. Chat vote 15 points.
Let's take a look, and while that's happening, Meg, if you want to try to confirm some of those golden features.
Yes, let me do that. Just 1 moment.
While Meg is doing that, a big shout out to the supporters of Slice this season. Thank you our studio for your support this season, keeping all of our video production and maintenance of the stream behind the scenes going, as well as Streamlit. Thank you for your support as well. I appreciate that. Me and Meg appreciate that, and thank you, NVIDIA, for your support as well. We appreciate your partnership here.
Looks like I've got confirmation on the golden feature that we were all wondering about. So whether our contestants extracted number of bedrooms and or bathrooms from the name column. So we're just gathering that information now. So we'll be able to tally that after we do the chat, the final chat poll. And it looks like we've just got... oh, you've got it on the screen. Okay.
That's right.
We need more people voting. Everybody vote. Just got seconds remaining.
We got 129 of you in here. You only have a few seconds left. Are we seeing Craig? Craig needs the points. Do we see Josh? Josh? Do we see Michael? Michael won chat last time. Do we see Canzhi?
Wow, this is incredibly close.
Craig.
Come on. Woo, go Craig. Oh, sorry, I just screamed. That was amazing. All right, so what do we got? Like Craig, Michael, Josh, Canzhi.
Perfect. Wow. Craig clutched it out. Craig needed the points, by the way. This does help him. With His probability. He is not quite out yet, y'all. Not quite out yet. Okay.
We're cool. So congrats to chat. Congrats to Craig. Congrats to chat too. But congrats to Craig.
So we'll go in reverse order. So that'll be Canzhi, Josh, Michael, and Craig. Craig just won chat. Let me set all of this stuff up. What were golden features, Meg?
Yeah, so let's see. Okay, our golden features. Let me just make sure I've got the confirmation correct here. And I think I do. Yes. Okay, so I've got final confirmation on all of the golden features. So Josh, as we all saw, got the first golden feature of the night, which is a 5-point golden feature, a categorical plot looking at average neighborhood prices. We also accepted median. So that is 5 points to Josh. None of our other contestants discovered this 5-point golden feature, although others did come close. Josh is the only one who found the 5-point golden feature for the categorical plot at neighborhood and price. Our second golden feature was a 10-point golden feature, and this was to extract the number of bedrooms and or bathrooms from the name column. We saw many of our contestants doing a little bit with this column, doing some feature extraction, NLP on this column, among others. However, the only contestant who actually extracted number of bedrooms or bathrooms from the name column was also Josh. So Josh is the only contestant tonight who discovered any of our golden features, and he discovered both golden features. So that is 15 points to Josh. Congrats, Josh.
This is insane, Mag.
Double golden feature. Solo golden feature.
And Josh needs the points.
And he needed the points. So
this is insane. This is actually
insane.
This is actually insane. Give me 1 second, Meg.
Okay. Giving Nick 1 second. And while we give Nick 1 second, I'll remind everybody that our contestants are bringing in their points from lap 1 into this round. And the current standing is Craig with 2 points. He's already earned 20 points from Chat's Love. So that is bringing him to 22 points as of this episode so far. Josh came into this episode with 17 points. He has already found both golden features from this episode. So he's got 15 additional points, bringing him to 32, a total of 32 as of this episode. Our other contestants, Michael is coming in with 41 points, and Canzhi with 52 points for the so far season leader. So far don't have either chat points or golden features up to this point, so their standings remain at 41 and 52 respectively.
You know exactly what I'm doing right now, Meg.
Deliberating, toiling, adding, basic arithmetic.
Okay, ready for oh god. Oh. Ready for data viz?
Yeah. I have my equipment, I'm ready. What? What's your question? What are you what?
Okay.
Can I help you?
We'll talk about that later, Meg.
Okay. Alright.
Yes. No.
Is this on?
It's very yeah, very typical. Tiny hands. Yeah, very typical. All right, we're going reverse order. We're starting with Canzhi. Here. So I have mine. I'm ready to go. Meg.
I am also ready to go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Canzhi. All right, Meg. 2 points. Nick Wan 3. Why 2, Meg?
Okay, so I think we obviously just, we simply didn't see a ton of data visual. Oh man. Oh, I should be reading chat. I shouldn't be reading chat while I'm
reading chat.
Canzhi, you didn't see sort of like the data visualizations that the other contestants were pulling off. So again, it's all relative. There's a fixed number of points that I can dole out. So Canzhi too, we just didn't see a lot of data visualization from Canzhi. And I think the data visualization that we saw was pretty basic, pretty rudimentary stuff. We saw a correlation matrix. We did see a category plot of price and neighborhood group. Unfortunately, not neighborhood or borough. And we saw the kind of these were Nick's words. I think a bad map or an ugly map or a goofy looking map or something like that. So it was just pretty limited. And so that's my 2 points for Canzhi.
Okay. Let's go to Josh Polkamp Hart.
Oh man. My tiny little hand doesn't work very well as an eraser, I will say.
And by the way, after Data Viz, we will reveal the public leaderboard winner, and then we will reveal the modeling winners from tonight. All right, ready, Meg?
Yes.
Okay. 3.
I am ready.
This is Josh, right? Yeah, this is Josh.
Yes,
okay.
This is Josh. That's what I was double checking. I'm like, got Josh, all these edit. Okay, yep, good. I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, Josh. 10! Oh my god! Yeah, I give him 8. So let's hear it. Let's hear about 10. A 10 spot from Meg.
I have to just mention that this experience of revealing the data visualization points for me is always really weird because I'm watching the stream, but it's on a delay. And so Nick sees my score a couple of seconds before I see his score. So I'm just like hiding behind the whiteboard like, oh God, what did he do? What did he do? Did he give Josh 2 points? So I gave Josh 10 points, which is not too far off from 8. I really liked Josh's data visualizations. He spent a lot of time, I think, on the quality of the data visualizations, doing a lot of iteration, which is actually something I don't think that I've seen a ton of in previous episodes, with the exception perhaps of D-Rob, doing like a lot of iteration versus volume. And I think he was still able to pull off a lot of volume, even kind of given, the time he spent on quality here. And then, on top of that, he had great puns in his joke. I mean, LOL, Mad Hatton, hilarious. But truthfully, I think there were some really nice, insights that he brought to the data visualizations. And then very funny that he ended up on this terrible ball pit plot as his final plot. But, kind of funny. But yeah, all of that for me added up to, the most points I think that I've given in a data viz section to Josh. So.
Everything you said is exactly what I was thinking. Josh, he was already strong in data viz from his first lap. He continued that and actually somehow got even stronger at data viz. So extremely impressive. Josh with 18 data viz points. All right, ready for Michael Malarkey?
Yes. Yes, I am ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. I am ready too.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, Michael. 5 from Meg, 3 from me. Why 5, Meg?
Because I gave Josh 10 and you gave him 8, so my 2 from, that removed from my no, but in seriousness, I mean, if we were just to rank the contestants, I think it's clear that Michael was very obviously in second place when it came to data visualization. But I think and he did do a lot of nice plots. But early on, I think a lot of it was just kind of like pretty standard EDA stuff. They were pretty plots. I liked how he borrowed some ideas from previous episodes. Like he looked at, or he used the TV themes plot from Jesse. It's kind of nice. But it felt like a little bit more like golden feature hunting, perhaps, than sort of like properly true sort of like data storytelling, perhaps. I did like the last minute plot, the last minute map plot. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I guess that's sort of like my collection of thoughts on Michael's data visualization performance tonight.
Yeah, I gave him less points. I thought a lot of it was more modeling heavy. I didn't get a sense that the EDA in the beginning was really that telling the story of the data and digging into some of the different features or feature importances that he showed, especially later when he did find that stuff. He didn't necessarily revisit data viz. So gave him 3 points because I thought it was still pretty modeling heavy. It wasn't necessarily so descriptive. All right, ready for Craig?
Yes, you gave Michael 3 and I did 5. Okay. Right. So, yes, I'm ready for Craig.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, Craig. I gave him 6, Meg gave him 3. Why 3, Meg?
Yeah, so I think we didn't see a lot from Craig in terms of data visualization really until quite late in the game. Some of the things that I did like from Craig, and it was certainly an improvement from last episode, where I really liked the Shap plot, especially once he was able to drop price. It was great. But overall, I think, once he was able to kind of hit his stride on generating plots, they're pretty hard to interpret, clearly just sort of like maybe kind of going for volume at this point. I think, like, for instance, that box plot against neighborhood was confusing and concerning, I think, like you said Nick. So it felt like a kind of like last ditch kind of volume play. But it was like more certainly than what Canzhi was producing. So that's my 3 for Craig.
Yeah, I gave 6. I think the quantity actually did win me over in the end. I did think, on top of hunting for, modeling tips through data visualization, at the very end, I did think he was trying to find a little more of a story to tell with his data visualization, and that really, to me, that speaks so much more to what data visualization is. It's not just it's not just like an avenue you take to get better modeling results. I think telling the story through telling the visual story through data is really important, and I think Craig was touching on that. So gave him more points there. I did appreciate all that effort, and I'm just a sucker for Shap plots. I thought that was pretty cool. So
I like the Shap plot.
Okay, y'all. What are we going into the modeling round? Before we do that, Meg, while you're calculating that, let us award out the top score on the leaderboard. The top score, public leaderboard. You can't see this. You will see it in...
Or private leaderboard.
Yeah, excuse me. On the private leaderboard, you can't see this. You'll see it in, I believe, less than 15 minutes, right, Meg? That it gets revealed?
Yeah. Yep.
So you'll see this soon. But the winner of tonight, DLI, a Deep Learning Institute token, will go to Data Lab 351. He is no newcomer. We have seen him place first a few times now. Data Lab placing first again. Data Lab 351. If you want to just shoot me a message in Discord, we'll get you your DLI token. Thank you, NVIDIA. Special thanks to NVIDIA for the support.
Ooh.
Okay. And
did we mention the Kaggle swag? The swaggle. I may have missed that.
Excuse me. Yes. Also, you also get some swaggle. So Kaggle will be. You'll get a site from Meg, and you'll get some swaggle. And actually, we'll message you through Kaggle for this. So check your Kaggle DMs.
Word. Cool.
All right. What are the scores going into the modeling round right now, Meg?
Okay, so this is where you're gonna have to check to make sure that I recorded our data visualization scores correctly, Nick. But starting in reverse order again from the chat vote, Canzhi is currently standing at 5 points, earned exclusively through the data visualization scores. Nick is nodding. So that gets added to his 52 points from lap 1 for a total of 57. Craig, winner of the Hearts and Minds of Chat, adds an additional 9 points to his chat total, so that brings him to 29. Added to his 2 from lap 1 would be 31. And then, oh my gosh, did not go in order. But in any case, we'll jump back down to Josh. So Josh is the sole discoverer of our golden features. So he has 15 points plus 18 points from data visualization, bringing him to 33. So that is, he's now at 50 points total if we are adding his lap 1 points. So 50 points. It's impressive. And then Michael is at, I believe, 8 points from data. No. Is that right?
Yeah, 8.
Okay, all right. 8 points from the data visualization portion of this episode that he adds to his 41 points from lap 1, bringing him to 49.
Okay. So, recap, we got 5 points Canzhi right now, Josh with 33, Michael Malarkey with 8, and Craigman with 24. Let's go to RMSLE. Lowest score is what we're looking for. We'll start with Canzhi. Canzhi's score, 0.49007. So 0.49007. That's where we're starting.
Okay.
All right. Josh Polkamp Hart has a score of 0.49.
Oh my god.
633.
I was waiting for that to be 006, but
0.49633. So currently Canzhi in the lead, Josh second to Canzhi. Moving on to Michael Malarkey. Michael Malarkey has a score of 0.4 597.
Ooh.
0.4597. Michael Malarkey in the lead right now. Craig Mann was won the Hearts and Minds of Chat tonight. Craig Mann, his score 0.602. So,
Right.
the winner of modeling is Michael. Second place, 10 points will go to Canzhi. Third place, 5 points to Josh Polkamp Hart. This brings the totals of tonight. There's actually a tie. Josh and Michael both have 38 points. Craig Mann with 24 points and Canzhi Yi 15 points. So this is
Incredible.
this is not just incredible. This is not just
This is a
incredible.
sliced first.
This is
Right?
actually insane because in terms of the leader standings, we said that Canzhi needed 17 points to
Oh my
walk
God.
in. To walk
No!
in. And
2
now
points.
Canzhi is actually not a favorite to go into the top 4 anymore.
Incredible.
He is actually not a favorite into the top 4.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So Josh did what he came to do. He scored 38 points. He did need a little more, but we'll see if this brings up his probability now that Canzhi has dropped with 15 points to his name. Michael definitely did enough to secure a high probability into getting into the top 4 for the playoffs. Remember, the top 4 scores enter the playoffs, and then another 4 contestants will enter through voting. So it is not all lights out for Canzhi, also not for Craig. Craig, 24 points. That is definitely shy of what he needed to do tonight, but that does mean, now that he does have some chat points behind him, perhaps he can roll that into either the top 4 voting or the chat vote to get him into the playoffs. But wow, even though there's a tie tonight, Josh and Michael, in terms of bracket, in terms of rankings, Michael is at the top. Josh, not so far behind him now.
That's right. Wow.
Incredible, right, Meg?
Yeah, that is incredible. Yeah, it's amazing, yeah, to see, Canzhi at was the top sort of like of the season leaderboard, so to speak. And, we said he can kind of coast. Could he coast this much? I don't know. He needed 2 more points to be sitting easy going into the playoffs and didn't quite eke that out. And remember how close he was to finding some of those golden features.
Absolutely a heartbreaker for Canzhi. We'll see if we do see him in the playoffs, if not through the top 4, through the voting. Now remember, y'all, chat gets to vote in 2 contestants into the playoffs, so you will be voting in 2 contestants in the playoffs. The top 4 contestants will vote in another 2. So it is not all lights out for Canzhi, not all lights out for Craig. And we will definitely see if Josh and or Michael make it through the top 4 or make it into the playoffs. But for tonight, y'all, I believe it is time to say sayonara, partner.
Sayonara, partner.
Thanks for everyone. Starting off lap 2, this is great, and I honestly, I was really nervous about tonight. I didn't know how it was going to go because we've seen a lot of SLICED, and I'm so happy that everyone came up, and there's a big old turnout yet again. So from me personally, just gigantic hearts to y'all in chat. But I'm Nick Wan. I'm a manager of data science over at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and my co-host is Meg. Meg?
Hey, I am Meg. I am head of product at Kaggle and game show host for you on Sliced.
Stick with us for the raid, y'all. We're going over to Sympathy's chat. She just started. She's doing some game development. So please stick with us through the raid. Let's see everyone in there. Let's make sure everyone gets into the raid and gives her a big old tomb raid or spam those happy rainbow computers in her chat once you get in there. I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'll see you over in Sympathy's chat. Have a good night, y'all, and I will see you not just next Tuesday, but come on to the chat tomorrow. We'll try to bring in some of our contestants and talk through their notebooks. Thursday, I am cooking, thanks to Ghetto Bob's redeemed cooking stream. And back at it tomorrow, obviously, for review of notebooks. Thursday, we got that. Monday, we'll talk about pre-sliced contestant stuff. And Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for the next 7 weeks.
That's right. We'll be seeing Jordan, Kyle, Jesse, Adrian, July 6th. So we'll see you back then.
All right, y'all. I'll see you over in Sympathy's chat. Have a good night.